Greetings Earthlings, I'm Funky Alien, and today I want to talk about different real-time strategy playstyles. This is going to be a continuation of a series in which I go over some different playstyles for RTS players. Note these are going to be very basic generalizations of these playstyles, and everyone adds some unique personal spin to each playstyle. In this video I'm going to cover the Rusher playstyle. This is going to be a short video because this playstyle is very simple to understand. Alright, let's get funky. The Rusher playstyle goes for quick attacks in the early game to completely catch their opponents off guard. In terms of speed, this is the quickest playstyle and is the most annoying to go up against. In the early game, the Rusher's objective is to build an army as quickly as possible and attack the other base. This catches the enemy off guard and often has no response to counter with. A Rusher can rush for either infantry or vehicles. There is no wrong unit type to rush for, but each has their own advantages and disadvantages. Infantry units are cheaper but weaker, and vehicles are more expensive but are stronger. So choose the ones that fit your playstyle and you're most comfortable with. Jump into what's going on in the video, and if you didn't notice, keep an eye on the timestamp in the lower left corner to see how quick this playstyle is in real time. You can see that a minute and a half into the game, the Rusher has units built for their attack force and is getting ready to attack their opponent's base. Now let's fast forward a couple of seconds and you can see that they are sending their army off to attack their opponent's base 2 minutes into the game. Balanced players and other playstyles don't attack this early, making this unique to a Rusher. If the Rusher's opponent does not have any base defenses or units to defend themselves, that can be a quick game over. If the Rusher's opponent does have base defenses or an army, then it may not be a quick win depending on the defenses and the size of the attacking force. In the case of the video, if the Rusher was anyone other than me, this game would be over in about 3 minutes. But I slacked here and ended up going on for 9 minutes. Alright, enough embarrassment. Let's go quickly over the pros and cons so we can get out of here. Now that we've visualized what a Rusher playstyle looks, let's talk about the pros of a Rusher. The pros are that Rushers are quick to end the game. Since they rush to destroy the enemy base, usually they can end the game super quickly because the defender has no defenses and the Rusher can just walk in and destroy the base. Surprise factor. The Rusher has a surprise factor under its belt because players usually do not expect early rushes and do not have defenses for this, so this catches them off guard and sends them into panic mode, which makes them make mistakes which you can capitalize on and destroy them. Another pro is you get to dictate the pace of the game. Since you attack so early on, you are forcing your enemy to counter, and since they probably have not prepared for early game attacks, then they will start making simple mistakes which you get to capitalize on. And since you control the pace, you are not acting as a reactive mindset. You are on an active mindset, so you have more of a clearer mind than your opponent. Now that we talked about the pros, let's talk about the cons. Cons of Rusher are mid-games can be difficult for you if you spend too many resources at the start. This is obvious because if you spend too many resources at the beginning and they just feature armies, then by the mid-game you're spending most of that time gathering up resources and fielding very small armies to help defend your base while they probably have not spent as many resources as you. And they can field a large army to attack you and counter you. Another con is armies in the late game are usually lower tier. Because you spent so much resources at the beginning, you probably are not investing as much into higher tier units, which are in turn weaker. And your opponent might have invested in higher tier units, which can easily overwhelm your units and then straight attack to your base. And then another con is if your opponents have built base defenses before your attack can destroy all your units, then they could quickly build their forces and attack you while you're vulnerable. Your ability to defend this depends on how much resources you have saved before you attacked and gathered after you attacked. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. This is Funky Alien signing off.